Jules, we normally speak post-match. We didn't speak on Tuesday night. Just fill in the gaps. Why that didn't happen?
Yeah, I apologise to everyone for not doing that. It's a part of my responsibility to do, and I always do it. I always do it, bar Tuesday night. But the truth is, we left the club in the early hours of Wednesday morning. We had a long chat as staff, and that was where we were at. Yeah, and that chat was planned to be sort of 20-25 minutes long, and it ended up being 3 hours long or whatever it was. So it was an important chat. We had to cover a lot of bases, but so yeah, I apologise to all for not doing that, but they're my reasons.
That's fair. No, I understand. Yeah, and I came along a few times, but yeah, the door was shut.
The light was on.
I
Yeah,
understood there would be discussions, important discussions going on, because Jules, we looked like we were getting up to speed, and it was obviously must have been deflating for you as it was for the fans on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, listen, right. The fact of the matter is, we're on a bad run. Fact, no getting away from that. If you've been at the games away or watched the games at home, if you've been here and you've seen them, the performances have been at a level, bar Tuesday, the performances have been at a level which are acceptable. Okay, a little mistake here or there, or it's the wrong side of the post, goes in or out, or, a bit of luck, right? And then we've probably come away with a lot more wins. I think Western game, we probably shaded it. The Hemel game, we probably shaded it. The Slough game, we probably shaded it. Horsham on the Tuesday night the other week, I think we shaded it. Listen, it's a ruthless league, we all know that, and ultimately we haven't got the points that we possibly deserved on the night. But Tuesday, yeah, Tuesday wasn't what I want an Alan Julian team to look like. I think the last minute goal against Bath was an absolute wallop to us, because I did feel for sort of a large part of that game against Bath, we were coming and we were looking a lot more like the Hampton that we've seen in the early parts of the season. But it was a real kick in the gut. I've as a player, I've lost playoff finals, Seb, and when that ball at the back of the net in the Bath game, it was one of the worst feelings I've had, because I really felt for the lads. They gave so much in that game and deserved at least a point. So was there a hangover Tuesday night? Possibly, from the result. That's our job ultimately, to pick the boys back up. But yeah, I think that last minute goal against Bath was a real kick. But listen, there's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. As I say, we was in and we was debating and talking and analysing on Tuesday night as well as Wednesday morning. Well, I say Tuesday night, it was Wednesday morning, then Wednesday afternoon, then Wednesday evening. And listen, there's no time to feel sorry for yourself. I'm repeating myself now, and it's go time for Saturday, and we need a result.
Yeah, I mean, arguably, we do need a result. Like I said, it's not been a great run. The performances have been there. I know you always talked about performances and results. The results aren't there at the moment. There are obviously people, you know what football's like. You've been involved in football long enough. What would you say to those supporters that maybe are getting concerned or really concerned about the direction of things?
Well, we all want to win, right? We all want to win games of football. The staff, the players, the supporters, everybody wants to win, right? So I understand when we go on a sequence of games where we don't win, people start to get concerned, angry, frustrated, worried, whatever emotion that might come under those set of results. But as a manager, and this is hard to do, trust me, this is hard to do, you have to isolate performance. And I'm repeating myself now, but the performance I can live with in most of them games. On another day, you win at Horsham. On another day, you win at, the games I've mentioned. I'm going to repeat myself. Okay, we haven't, all right? But if them performances are there, I have absolutely no shadow of a doubt that will be absolutely fine. Like I say, Tuesday was concerning because that wasn't the level of performance that we've come to expect from this group of players. But did we expect we were going to play 46 games this season and be absolutely 100% in terms of our commitment every single time? Yes, I hope so. But you're probably going to have a few in there where you're not quite at the races. And let's just hope that was one of them games and we can bounce back on Saturday. And I truly believe we will, because they're a good group of lads in there. They're going for a tough time, but we had a tough pre-season, Seb. We had a really tough pre-season, and we come out and we turned it around, and we got the result in the first game of the season. Then it was 1 defeat in 11, I believe. So we've shown we can turn it around. Yep, we're going for a bad period now, but I have no doubt we can turn it around, and I hope I'm right.
Yes, absolutely. And obviously, without going into too much, but what do you say is, you've been involved in football for a long time, but you've been a manager for nearly 18 months or whatever it is now. What apart from just saying let's keep going and stick at it, what was the overriding a message to the players? Because obviously, I saw them in the bar afterwards. They were as disappointed as the people that were walking out the ground. So they get it. And again, I don't think there's any doubt of the character of this team. We've seen that this season.
Yeah.
What was the overriding message before? Because it just felt like a real lull, didn't it? And just around the ground as well, And it was freezing as well. It didn't help.
yeah, it was. But I've got no problem with players being disappointed after a bad result, a bad performance. Of course, like naturally, they should be, right? If they're in the bar bouncing around, laughing and joking, I think what's going on there. But the key for me is how you feel in the moment. So you're going to play a game of football. Any game of football, and there's going to be good moments in that game and bad moments in that game, and it's how you control your emotion in the bad moments. And that's why teams that are on winning runs, they'll be 1-0 down with 4 or 5 minutes to go, because they're used to winning and the habits and the confidence you have. You don't give up till the very last kick, and you see often last minute equalisers and winners and things like that. When we were on our run, that was happening, right? When you're losing games of football, sometimes belief can go. So when you go 1-0 down, your heads can drop. It's controlling that emotion, Seb. And that's something that I've got to sort of deliver to the players this week and start to sort of tell them it's reset time now. Okay, you may well go 1-0 down on Saturday. You may well get a refereeing decision that goes against you. The crowd might be on your back for whatever reason. It's all the emotions of being a football player. And for a lot of them players that could go on and have really good careers, like we've got a lot of young, promising players in that dressing room. It's part of their development, They've got to understand and control that emotion. If they can do that, they'll be better for it. Because, like I say, Tuesday was the first time when I felt a couple of heads dropped. And listen, you can't blame them. They're human and they care, right? And when they're losing and things are not going their way, they drop their heads. But that's down to us as staff to pick them heads back up and get them believing again, because they're a good group of players, Seb. We've shown that. Right, we've had some fantastic results this season, some fantastic performances, and credit to them, they've kept going until Tuesday night. Right, so let's just hope that's a one-off, and we can instill that belief again. And if we keep getting punched in the nose, we keep coming forwards, we keep fighting, and we keep coming back. And if we do that, I'm proud. Win, lose or draw. Hopefully it's a win, but I'm a proud manager, Seb, with a lot of the performances, even though we've lost. So that's our job this week to do that.
And obviously, you say you're a proud manager. I know how hard you guys work, and I'm not just saying this to blow smoke up, whatever, but you guys are working tirelessly, and I think Alan Massey said it in his captain's message before the game as well. There's no one shirking anything here. I'm not saying people are saying they are, but what I'm saying is this group of players and you guys are doing everything you can, and I know how much you care about the football club.
For sure. No, for sure. Listen, I care about the football club. I care about the players in that dressing room. I care about my staff. I care about a lot of people here, right? I really, really do. And there's nothing better than when you win a game and you see all these people that have put so much hard work in enjoy their moments, right? And it hurts when you lose, right? But that's football, okay? But no, we'll continue to work very, very hard. I don't believe we're working any harder now than we were when we were winning. Because I like to think that whether it's the World Cup final or a pre-season friendly, you put the same amount into it, because if you don't, you're cheating. So we're putting an enormous amount of effort in, as we always have done. But we've got to get them boys believing again, because like I say, it's hard to keep losing games when you've put so much in and you're actually playing well. And it hits the post and the goalkeeper makes a great save, and you just whistle ones past the post, whatever the case may be. So yeah, the same amount of work's going in. Don't want no pats on the back for that. That's the role. That's the job. We'll continue to do that, and hopefully we can pick up a positive result on Saturday.
Yeah, and a final question. Obviously, the supporters. We've mentioned the supporters a lot this season, and again, I think that they're disappointed, as you are, and as the players were, and about what happened on Tuesday, and obviously the general results side of things. Performances have been pretty good most of the time. So for those supporters, whoever they are, whether they are feeling down in the dumps, or whether they believe that everything is moving in the right direction, or understand that the injury problems we had and all that, well, what do you say to them ahead of obviously they're all important games, but these feel like 2 important games coming up, don't they? Just to get back.
That's the thing, that every game's worth 3 points, right? Every game's worth 3 points, and as a club like Hampton that we are, we're up against it in this division, Seb. Let's not get away from that. We are up against it, right? I completely understand the frustration of the supporters. I really, really, hand on my heart, do. Okay, we've lost a lot of games in a row, and I completely get it. But let's just remember, we're up against it, and we need every ounce of help we can possibly get. The supporters have been fantastic this season. Like, honestly, mate, like away at Chesham, the Tuesday night here against Torquay, they've been fantastic. Horsham away the other week, we put on we got a good performance, and I think they recognised that. We got a good reception at the end of the game, and you know, nobody thought for 1 second there wouldn't be hard times this season because of who we are and what we're competing against. It's tough, okay, but we're not making excuses about that. All I'm saying is let's stick together, keep getting behind us, appreciate that we're trying our best. And I'm sure things will turn because of the group of players we've got and the people that we are. I'm sure it'll turn, and when it does, we can enjoy some wins together.